Flight boss, bitch. Y'all already know the Archangel Uriel. Right now, we're gonna talk about transformation right now. Because the sun is gonna get ready to go into Scorpio. So let's talk about some Mars and Pluto traits right now. Now, whatever house Pluto is in, it's gonna transform that house. Transformation. But transformation is reasons behind transformation. Transformations just don't come for no reason. You could be the cause of a transformation, or someone else in your life, or a person, place, or thing could come in your life and be the cause of a transformation. But transformation always involves these things: control, power, and chaos. Control, power, and chaos. When those three things come together, transformation. Transformation is always a step behind control, power, and chaos. Because when a person try to gain control, that means a person have power, and that means there's another person that has lack of power. And then that will always cause chaos. No matter how good the system of the control may be. It will always cause chaos because there's always going to be a power struggle when it comes to control issues. You see what I'm saying? So transformation is always, when people want to create order, it's because something been transformed. When something became chaotic, it's because that was the transformation. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand, Pluto is not working how you look at it. You got a lot of people scared of Pluto, scared of this, that, and the third, and that's just the monsters and the things that you are into that's making you scared of that shit. Pluto itself don't give a fuck about that type of shit. But the shit you give a fuck about in your life that you think you're scared of, that you don't want to happen, if it's time for Pluto to be a transit, all Pluto care about is transforming. So whatever you got on your mind, whatever frequency vibrations you got, that's what it's going to transform. So if you a negative ass motherfucker and you live a negative ass life, then when Pluto come transform you, it's going to transform you in that vibrational way. All those negative and dumbass ways. Now, that's not for you or any astrologer to be going around preaching that Pluto is scary in any kind of way. No, people are scary, not the planets. People. You see what I'm saying? Planets, people, same thing, really. Same thing. A sun, a star, an important person, same thing. Same thing. Why do you think we call it this shit? It's the same thing. Just because you're smaller than it and you up under it, you look at it a different way. But when your conscious awareness gets so big, you start to look at it like, nigga, this shit is just like me. I don't give a fuck what kind of vessel I'm in at the moment. Then once you transform and die to this, your vessel ain't got no choice but to go into something that can fight something like that. That you could be on the same evil playing field. You got no choice because your conscious awareness that big. That's the David and Goliath story. That's a punk and a bully story. You got a big bully, want to go bully everybody in school, but got the smallest heart. You got the little 4.6 nigga, the 5.2 nigga, short nigga, right? But with a big ass heart. Scared to bully out the bathroom. You got the skinny nigga, you know what I'm saying? Scared a big fat nigga out the bathroom, nigga. I ain't scared to get hurt, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, nigga. You got a bigger heart. Niggas don't want to. Once they realize you willing to go through that shit, they don't want to go through that shit. They just thought you was gonna stop. They thought you weren't gonna go all the way through it based upon their frequency vibration. They thought they was gonna be able to put that energy out based upon the way they big energy look. You know what I'm saying? See, all that shit tie into fear and shit like that. And once a person eradicate fear, once you dent that, a bully or whatever don't even know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't even know what to fucking do. May go somewhere and kill them motherfucking selves. But at the same time, you need to understand that Pluto ain't something to be afraid about. Pluto brings transformation. Now, if you a positive person, say you a business oriented person, boom, boom, you do this job, boom, 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 you helping everybody out, boom, 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 boom. You do this, you trying to elevate your business, boom, 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 boom. But you sit back and sometimes you be like, man, if only I can have this group of help or this group of help. When Pluto make that transit, it's gonna transform that shit for the best. See what I'm saying? See, it's about you. It's about you. It ain't about Pluto. It ain't about where Pluto coming. Oh, get scared of Pluto. Pluto, the big old grandmother ghost. No, it's you. Pluto don't give a fuck about energy. Pluto don't give a fuck about transforming. Pluto don't give a fuck about what you look at as scary or shit like that. So let's get that out the box right now. Now, when we talk about Pluto, right? Pluto in the first house, off the bat, gonna transform your personality in some type of way. So you may grow with a lot of personality issues in your life if you got Pluto in the first house. Because with Pluto in the first house, that means that you had a lot of control issues. You may have tried to control a lot of other people's personalities at one point. It got knocked on your ass. So you had to Pluto made you realize you should be only worried about your own personality, only try to control your own personal issues, only try to gain power in your own personal affairs. You know what I'm saying? So it'll knock you on your ass in that way, but everything is for the best. It'll transform you, and it'll make you have a deep sense of personality, and the intenseness of that will make you desirable. You would desire to have a personality that's either worth being accepted or not being accepted, but it's going to go to an extreme. But for the most part, that's what Pluto likes to do. It likes to transform a person to align itself with the energies it needs to align itself with. And in this case, that was the first house. Now, Pluto in the second house is going to transform something that you value or something that you have to offer to the world. So for an example, say you had this hidden talent or that you've been having, but you've been doubting it and this, that, and the third. You don't want to get it out and shit like that. Like you got this type of problem. Shit. Fucking the moment Pluto transit your second house is either gonna be a person, place, or thing that start issuing you to make you feel like hold on, man, maybe these is things I need to pay attention to. So you're gonna slowly but transform these things. Now if you fuck a transit, now if you just naturally got Pluto in the second house, you're gonna constantly be dealing with this. Constantly find yourself transforming the people, places, and things that you value. Constantly transforming your way of looking at what you have to offer to the world. To the point that you may even gain control issues or power issues around the people that you value, the people, places, and things that you value, or even what you have to offer to the world. Now, Pluto don't even like to be in the second house, so right there it could play very bad because it can come out with you trying to control other people's values, other people's situations, what other people have to offer to the world. Another person may have a talent. If you got Pluto in the second house, you may try to control their talent like it's your talent. Like, yeah, I got this person. I need this person. I gotta push them out. I gotta make them do this, that, and the third because it's gonna benefit me. And so, you know what I'm saying? You got, chill out. But once you go through a lot of situations where ups and downs with that person, Pluto will make sure it transforms your outlook on how you look at values and how you look at these things in general. Pluto in the third house is going to transform your surroundings, transform what you're familiar with. So you're going to get a lot of controlling people in your surroundings. A lot of people try to control your surroundings. A lot of people who try to control and have a lot of power struggles around what's familiar to you. So you may have something that's familiar to you that everyone's sharing in the household. This is constantly going to be up under power struggles and control issues and who should have it at this time and who should have it at that time. There's going to be constantly that shit going on with Pluto in the third house. Pluto in the fourth house. Pluto is going to transform your home. Now, I got Pluto in the fourth house. I got Pluto and the moon in the fourth house. In a Scorpio fourth house. So it's a gift and a curse because here's the thing. See, it's important to get your natal chart done because people don't understand how different they are to someone else. Like, for an example, and here's an example. I can say, I just told y'all, I got a Scorpio fourth house and I have a moon and Pluto in the fourth house. Now, you got someone else who will be like, oh, okay, I'm just like you because I got the moon in the fourth house. I got the moon and Pluto in the fourth house. Also, you know what I'm saying? But then your fourth house sign may be different. You know what I'm saying? The relationship between the other planets in that sign may be different. And then what you have to understand is the energetic forces and the modalities may be different. Like, I didn't mean to say modality, but here's what I mean by that, right? Okay, The good thing about my fourth house is the fourth house is a water house. So it's going to be able to relate to the sign that's in there. So, but in a different way. So it can still clash. So where the fourth house is supposed to be cardinal water, I have fixed water there. So when the natural thing to do is to initiate and create new emotions and feelings amongst the home and be nurturing and caring and things right there, it can clash because I got a fixed water there. So I might be fixated on my own emotions and feelings of how I feel about the home and family and things of that nature. So whether that's positive or negative, that's strike one. Or it could be gift one. Two, the moon loves being in the fourth house, but the moon falls in Scorpio. You see what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you understand every dynamic about your chart because this causes contradictions, confusions in people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Now, Scorpio, now, the moon loves being in the fourth house. So that means who I am, right? Who I am, my reactions, the things I react to, loves being in a comfortable position. Love being somewhere I can be comfortable. I can feel home. I can feel nurtured. I can feel caring. I can care for a place I can care for myself. I don't have to ask, can I do this? And can I go to the bathroom or where this at? Or no, I can just care for myself. You see what I'm saying? But the moon hates being in the sign Scorpio. So I'm going to deal with a lot of frustrations within me in general with being in anyone else's home, with being in anyone else's surroundings, with being in anyone else's circumference. You see what I'm saying? So even though I like to be in a comfortable place, I hate being in other people's comfortable places. Now see, if it was a different sign, it might have just played out as I like being anywhere that's comfortable. So if I go over somebody else's house and they carrying the energy of comfortability and relaxation, that'd be a place I like to be at too. But see, by my moon don't even like to be in Scorpio, I deal with that inside. I don't I don't care how comfortable or how open you are to me in your home. I don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I need to have my own. And here's Scorpio back again because it's ruled by Mars and Pluto. My own circumference, my own a place that I can act out my own desires and get up and go to the bathroom when I please to. You know what I'm saying? Do what I want to when I feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how comfortable you make me feel that I can be in your household. You see what I'm saying? So that's the dilemma right there. See, the moon loves to be in the fourth house, but it hates being in Scorpio. So I'm conflicted at times. So at a lot of times, I might not even like people coming to my house feeling too comfortable. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want to feel comfortable in my house, but my comfortability and my way of expressing myself, I don't want you to get too happy and get too loose to the point that you feel like you could start ripping and running around. You could start just ripping and running around my household. No, you're not allowed to feel comfortable in my household. And see, that's the dilemma. And then once a person see how I act in my house, and then they start to show similar attributes, then that's when the control, power, chaos energy come back in. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So then when we get back to the Pluto, right? So then we want to talk about Pluto again, right? It's transforming all these ideas for me. So with Pluto being in the fourth house also, I'm transforming the way I think about home. I'm transforming the way I even think about family. It has been transformed. It's been transformed the way I think about domestic issues. Um, how to gain emotional stability amongst myself has truly been transformed. The way I gain emotional stability amongst myself is truly out of this world. You see what I'm saying? And that's it. Just is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Now let's break down Mars a little bit. Now Mars is like it's gonna take, but it actually gives intent and aggression also and energy. But whatever house Mars is in, it takes. Now Mars loves to be in the first and the eighth house. So it's not going to play that well. But people who got Mars in the first and the eighth house, these people are people who know how to take control, or who know how to gain access from others. You know what I'm saying? So like Mars in the first house. This is a person who has intent, willpower, passion, motivation, and desire that evolves around their personality, personal issues, and personal affairs. So these people seem inspirational. These are these people you want to follow. Same way with the Mars in the eighth house. These people who take their behind the scenes realm, their alternative motives, their deep desires, and how they see the energy that makes them do things, right? They got all kind of intent, willpower, passion, and motivation and desire behind that. So a person with Mars in the eighth house, they look at their desires and go and passionately dive super far into that. So that'll be another person to be like, dang. And these will be the person who know how to utilize your gifts for what they need to do. You see what I'm saying? But when we get Mars into like the second house, these are people who may experience losses when it comes to value, when it comes to what they have to offer to the world, based upon putting their foot in their mouth, or being too aggressive of things, or being too motivated on things, or being too materialistic, or being too aggressive towards the things that you value, whether that's a person, place, or thing, or stepping too far out on what you feel like you have to offer to the world, to the point that you haven't sat and really cultivated what you actually have to offer to the world. You know what I'm saying? So Mars are like take. You know what I'm saying? Like I have Mars in the sixth house. So Mars kind of took the natural working mechanism from me. Like the actual 9 to 5, the actual having a job. Mars took that from me. Now, but when I had one, I had all the energy in the world, like the intent, willpower, passion, and man, listen, I took over everybody's position. I took over everybody's position. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, it's still a taking mechanism. I had enough energy to take everybody else's position, but after a while, I start to feel like, what the fuck am I doing this for? Like, I only had one job my whole life. Now I was a young nigga. I worked at Bob Evans, right? And I started off at Tank so fast, and I did everything so uniquely that they put me on straight, like I wasn't even there a week. They put me on straight 5 days and straight days, like I was full time. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't full time. They like to play games. You know what I'm saying? But straight days, and I'm there with all the full time people, and I'm coming there early, right? I used to get done so fast. Boom! I used to help the KP because I used to go help. I'm so fast, and I guess my character made everyone like apply themselves. Everybody was open to me, so I'm able to talk and still do my job and everything. So I was doing KP shit, awesome kitchen prep, to the point that boom, it was like, all right, well, you can work 6 days. So I had 6 days. I don't even know if they was allowed to do that, but I asked questions though. A lot of people said that, oh yeah, restaurants could do that. But I was working 6 days, 6 days, Monday through Sunday. I was only off on I think I was off on Thursday. I was off on a weak ass day. That kind of was making me mad. Like I was off on, because we got paid every Wednesday, and I was off every Thursday. But I had to work Friday, and then the 2 hardest days. I used to think like, man, because we used to get killed on Saturdays and Sundays, and a lot of Sundays it'd be so busy I don't be having no time to go to KP. So it's almost like, hold on, man. I started seeing weird shit. I started seeing that the manager started hiring lackeys, started hiring fat retarded motherfuckers, people who straight out of Belmont Pines and shit, and inmates and shit like that. And I started, and niggas who don't even really trying to work and shit. And I almost was in a position where the manager tried to make me feel like I'm appreciated. Well, no, trying to make me feel like I should be happy that I got 6 days, and I should appreciate I'm in this position, when I'm looking at it like, hold on, I'm starting to feel overworked. First of all, I don't give a fuck about this money. Second of all, I'm not off on a day I like. And then I'm working 6 days. And then third of all, y'all hiring a bunch of people who's not really helping. It's like y'all making it seem like since y'all got me, y'all don't really need to be hiring people who's concerned about getting hours and shit like that, or who's concerned, you know what I'm saying? So and then the way they look at me, like that's something I'm supposed to be happy about. So I walked the fuck out. I never came fucking back. You know what I'm saying? I worked that 6 days for about 7 months. You know what I'm saying? For about 7 months, and then I just left and never came back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of person. I don't like to give explain and shit like that, because I know the only thing that's gonna happen is they're gonna try to talk to you back or bring you back. I don't even want to go through all that. Once my mind made up, I don't even want to see those people no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just get the fuck out of Dodge. Get the fuck out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying? Got my last check on that little debit card that they gave us, because they stopped giving out paper checks, right? Canceled it right after that and went on about my motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying? And lived 100 times better than that slave shit. Made 100 times more money than that slave shit. See what I'm saying? In a way better position than that slave shit. But it just made me realize, me talking about that now, me getting into Mars. Mars did that. Mars is entrepreneurial. So with Mars in the 6th house, all my intent, willpower, passions, and motivations and desires now go towards shit I'm working on. See, this is the 6th house. 6th house could be work, it could be your job, but on the flip side, it could be whatever you're working on. Whatever you're working on. And it involves with detailing, scheduling, you know what I'm saying? Things that you got, that you do in a routine, right? And things that you may have to criticize and be critical to yourself to apply more information to know what you're doing and what you're not doing. You see what I'm saying? So with Mars there, you can have it work on either spectrum. You can have it work to rise to the top of your job, or you can take all that energy and put it towards something you're working on to create your own job. You see what I'm saying? But Mars is always going to give you that ability. But like I said, it always revolves around take. See, Venus gives, Mars takes. See what I'm saying? So either you're going to be the one doing the taking, or something's going to get took from you by a person, place, or thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how Mars plays out. Mars don't like to be in the 7th house. So you may get taken away based upon a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Or how you relate to people, places, and things. You may thought you was in a relationship, and then someone take that person away from you with Mars there. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand, if you have Mars if you got Mars, or even just Aries or Scorpio in the 7th house, if you in a relationship, don't think you might not be getting cheated on. You might get cheated on. Or it may not necessarily play out in getting cheated on, but you may play out a situation where this person, place, or thing get taken from you by another energy. You know what I'm saying? By another source. This person may have to move or something like that, or something like that. But that's how it's going to play out. You know, so you have to keep that in mind. And you know, this is a random ass video for real though. But I just wanted to break down, because you know we're getting into the Scorpio season, so I just wanted to do like a little quick something so you kind of understand Mars, understand Pluto, and understand the energetic forces that's about to be going on when the sun goes into Scorpio. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure, goddamn, man.